my name is Alyssa. I'm here with Jessica. She's going to discuss with us her experience with someone that has been diagnosed with traumatic brain injury. How did you feel when you first found out your dad was diagnosed with a TBI?
I didn't understand the wording at first. I was 15 when I found out he had his initial car accident. And essentially, my uncle came over and said, we don't know if your dad's dead or alive. He's in a bad accident, which you should never tell a 15-year-old. I got a little nervous, but luckily he came out, all was good. But I really didn't understand it fully until I started getting more in my educational career, and I understood what TBI meant, what post-concussion syndrome meant, and then helping him with his legal documents and things. I really had to dive into his medical records, so I probably know more about him now than I ever should medical-wise. But I didn't understand it. Now I do. But initially at 15, I said, what are those words?
Yeah.
So it was definitely overwhelming.
Traumatic brain injury is an insult to the brain, not of degenerative or congenital nature, but caused by external physical force that may produce a diminished or altered state of consciousness, which results in an impairment of cognitive abilities or physical functioning. Post-concussion syndrome is a specific set of neuropsychological disorders caused by traumatic brain injury, also known as concussion. PCS results from actual physical damage or injury to the brain caused by an external force.
How has your relationship with your dad changed since the TBI?
I think we've gotten even closer. He couldn't drive for a while. His license was suspended. He had to really relearn a lot of skills, and my sister and I both helped him with that. Additionally, he had difficulty with things at work, PowerPoints, presentations. We would help him with that. And I have learned I have to talk to him a little bit differently. I have to use less words. I can't talk too fast or he gets overwhelmed. And I really need to make sure I'm being direct and explaining things fully to him. And if I know I have a big thing I have to tell him, I'll give him a little bit of time to process the information. Maybe if I want to talk to him on Wednesday about it, I'll kind of ease it in on Tuesday and then talk to him about it on Wednesday so I don't overwhelm him.
Okay. What do you notice he has difficulty with now?
He has a hard time remembering things sometimes. Like he'll say the same thing over and over again, like repetition. He's very impulsive, so he wants to say something, he knows he wants to say it, so he'll go, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, I have to, I'm like, I know, it's fine, like, go ahead. So he's definitely impulsive. He overanalyzes things a lot. He doesn't really trust his judgment. Like he'll check his bank statements and his budget like 1,000 times, like every week he's checking it. And he definitely writes things down more, and he relies heavily on a planner for all his dates, appointments, and everything.
Okay. How does this affect your family dynamic?
It definitely affected my family. My parents got divorced shortly after his accident. That could have been a long time coming. I think also the accident had a big impact on that. It affects how he needs to prepare himself when he knows he's going to see my mom. He can't go to my mom's house because that was the house we grew up in, so he brings back really bad memories for him. But otherwise, I think it's just brought my sister, him, and I closer. He is learning now, and he's getting better with my mom. It's not as overwhelming, but we just need to introduce things into him. When my mom is going to be there and her new husband, like my stepdad, that needs to be known to him prior. And definitely family functions and holidays, he kind of stays back a little bit. He doesn't want to be up front. He'll keep to himself. Yeah, he'll avoid things because he definitely gets a little overwhelmed and overstimulated by everything that's going on.
Okay, and last question. What advice do you have for other families?
Be patient, be understanding. Don't think they're dumb. Don't think that they're doing it on purpose. They don't mean to. Deep down, they are still the same person. However, they just maybe need that extra couple of seconds. They may need to explain it again. And don't punish them for it. Like even when I got engaged, he wasn't excited that I got engaged. He had to process it.
Right.
But then he got excited. But in that moment, I was like, oh, it's not like, what? But then I was like, okay, he just needs to process it and then he'll be fine. And then he was like, oh my God, like you're getting engaged. And I was like, woohoo, like he's finally on board and he's excited. Just be patient and love them and let them know you're there and you support them because not everyone has that and they need support more than ever.
Okay, well thank you for sharing your story with us.
The do's and don'ts to keep in mind with your family member who has been diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury. Do speak slowly and clearly. Be patient. Allow your loved one time to process. Be supportive and understanding. Don't blame your loved one for their injury. Don't make them feel overwhelmed or rush them. Try not to talk fast or use hard to understand vocabulary.